good, guys? It's JDL, and welcome to a new series, kind of. Today, we're going to be doing expansion team rebuild. As you guys can see, I've added 6 expansion teams into the NBA. We have added the Hawaii Breeze, St. Louis Sound, Virginia Storm, Baltimore Barons, and the Pittsburgh Force. Now, this is a big expansion for the NBA. So, what team do we want to be? We're definitely going to be an expansion team. And the way this series is going to work is I'm only going to do like 2 seasons at a time, probably. Maybe even 1 if it's like a long, important season. It's going to be like a long-term rebuild series. You know, I always do a rebuild, start over on the next one. I've never really done like a long-term rebuild since I first got into 2K like a long time ago. I don't know why, I just get kind of bored of 2K saves a lot of the time and just move on to the next one. But let's see if I can do a long-term rebuild. You know, in a lot of my rebuild videos, I go very all in, which would really ruin a franchise even if they won a championship, devoiding them of future assets. So with this one, we'll be more cautious about trades, not as championship hungry if it means we'll sell our future completely, but we'll see. Old habits die hard. Let's be the Honolulu Breeze, and let's get to this expansion draft. All right, we have the 3rd pick in the expansion draft. Wow, Chris Middleton wasn't protected. Oh my God. Wow, we actually have our pick of some pretty good players here. Whoa, okay. I don't know if the computer just doesn't know what it's doing. It looks like a lot of them protected their younger players, which is smart. Wow, okay. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. is the obvious pick here. Wow, so we're gonna have an actually decent team our first year out. I want to get somebody young. There's not a lot of young guys on this list, honestly. Andrew Wiggins has a tradable contract. I don't know. Obviously not super tradable. It's huge, but you know, at the 2K trade finder, you can find a trade damn near any time. I'm gonna snag Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, he's on a big contract. I don't know if I love that contract. I'd probably trade him. I mean, honestly, the people I start this with are definitely not the people I'm ending it with. I like Tim Hardaway Jr., so we'll take him. Why don't we grab a Kevin Love while we're at it? We'll take Seth Curry. Kyle Kuzma is 26. Why not grab him? All right. Dude, if this expansion draft actually happened, it would be so epic. Like, this is actually, I don't know, thinking about it, if it was real, makes it so much cooler for some reason. Well, D'Anthony Melton, he's 23. Let's just snag him. I'm definitely going to be the worst of these expansion teams. I'm going really more for youth. 23, Tony Bradley. Not really a lot of good young dudes. I guess we'll take him. Why not? So, year 1, we've got Pat Bev, Seth Curry, Michael Porter Jr., Kevin Love, and Derek Favors as our starters. We got Wiggins, Hardaway, Kuzma off the bench. Yeah, we got some things. So I could have Andrew Wiggins mentor Michael Porter Jr. You know what? All right, Andrew Wiggins, Silver Fearless Finisher. That's a pretty good badge to teach Porter. Unstrippable, that's another good one. Limitless Takeoff or Difficult Shots. Difficult Shots, like Michael Porter Jr. is definitely going to be like our big shot taker, especially early on. So in the draft, it looks like the top guys are going to be centers. There's a shooting guard and a point guard. Well, we're going to need a center, so that's good news for us. Who is our coach? Keith Gordon. He's a C coach. Awesome. Well, first scoring option is going to be Michael Porter. We're going to play through the star. We are not going to be afraid to just trash it up. Now, the free agents page is still broken. I don't know what happens when you sign one of these guys. He doesn't want to sign with me. Okay, so I signed Conrad Fuller. He's one of these weird players, and he's a 76. So it looks like he just retains his rating. I don't get these G League guys. Is this just a complete oversight, complete mess up by 2K? I know I've said this in every video, but that needs to be fixed. Okay, so obviously we want draft picks more than anything. The Pistons will give me a lottery pick for Wiggins. This will make my team worse. I get more lottery picks. I am about that.
What?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to unabashedly tank and pull a Thunder here. Kevin Love, you have a fatty. We don't like fatties. Diallo, 23 years old. The Pistons will just take him, take on Love. I'm going to make this trade for Diallo. Good, decent young guy. Okay, so we've got Patrick Beverly, Seth Curry, Michael Porter Jr., Rudy Gay, Derek Favors. Off the bench, Hardaway, Kuzma, Diallo, and Fuller. So we have a pretty mid team. James Harden is an upcoming free agent, so that would be a huge pickup for us. But I also do know his rating is going to tail off. See, I don't want to do... The thing with doing a lot of rebuilds, you just know all the players who are going to decline. I know Harden is going to decline. He always seems to. This Pistons protected pick, I hope it conveys into the following year. All right, so we're pretty bad. We've won 2 games, but 3 games, 4 games. Stop winning! Hey, we need to stop winning. All right, Doug McDermott and a top 5 protected pick for Hardaway. Top 5 protected, 2024. Who knows how the Spurs will be over at that point? Let's just take it. We're in a good spot. And we're actually winning games somehow. I don't know how we're winning games. I'm just gonna have my scouts scout these first rounders, scout some sleepers as well. Yeah, let's see if we can just be really good on our draft picks. That's gonna be big for us. We're the 4th worst team, so we're not even, I mean, we're about as bad as the Rockets and the Timberwolves, not as bad as the Thunder. Jeez, the Thunder are bad. Yikes. So, I mean, I guess we're just not gonna get the first pick probably, honestly. Let's just simulate the rest of the season. This first offseason is where I feel like the things are really going to get started. Like the expansion draft, the whole point of it was literally just to get Michael Porter Jr. and get things to trade. All right, around January 15th, we're 13th in the conference. I don't know how we're doing so good. I guess a lot of teams must be weaker nowadays, but I feel like we are playing a pretty weak lineup. Let's see what kind of trades. Maybe we can get even more draft picks because we're not going to make the playoffs. It'd be cool to make the playoffs in our first season, but what are we going to do? Get our ass kicked by all these other teams? Beverly, just let's see what we can maybe get for you in favors. Ooh, Theo Maldon from the Thunder. He's 20 years old, 75 overall. Years pro, too. He's already been in pro for 2 years. Ooh. Well, I think he's worth a flyer. Let's take him. I mean, he'll get to play for us right away. Okay, we are at the trade deadline here. We're still honestly not even that bad. We're 26 and 28. That's really not that bad. All right, Michael Porter Jr. is up to 21 points a game. Conrad Fuller, the G League glitchy guy we signed, is up to 12 points per game. So this dude is going to be a part of our future, I guess. I don't know. 2K, what is up with this G League players? Is this ruining the rebuild that I have this dude? I guess this is like my through the cracks hidden gem player. Honestly, let's just sim to the end of the year. At this point, it seems like we're not going to be able to catch any of the top tanking teams in terms of how bad they are. We are getting, I don't know, decent contributions from some guys, so I'm happy with how this year is going. Actually, let's see if there's any contract extensions we need to sign. Michael Porter wants to test free agency. That's not good. Seth Curry will resign. Honestly, we can get Seth Curry for cheap. I'm cool with that. Let's try to hit him with a nice 4.65 for 2 years. Cool. All right, so let's go to the end of the year. All right, in the first year, Luka Doncic wins the MVP with a 34-9-9 stat line. That is incredible. Cade Cunningham, the Rookie of the Year. Okay, Giannis with the Defensive Player. Most Improved, our boy Michael Porter Jr. Let's go. That is big for us. All right, so we obviously missed the playoffs. And, oh, wow, the Virginia Storm and the Baltimore Barons and the Vancouver Ravens all won some playoff series. So we might have been one of the worst expansion teams. My boy Joel Embiid wins the Finals MVP this first year of the rebuild. Okay, this is the big offseason. Okay, there's a rule change to increase the salary cap by $10 million. All right, I guess that's what's happening here. Okay, draft lottery. We have the 9th best odds via the Pistons and the 14th best odds via ourselves. That Pistons pick is lottery protected, so we're not going to get it, unfortunately. So we end up with the 15th pick, so we drop back a little bit. The Pistons end up with the 10th pick, so I think that Pistons pick will convey into the future. Yep, so now it's an unprotected Pistons pick next year. We need a head coach. Jacob Underwood, he's one of their fake coaches, an offensive an A, defensive a B, sports medicine rating. Oh, they got all sorts of new ratings. Don't know how I feel about all that. Well, this Donald Isley guy could be important. He's got A-, B. Let's try to sign him with our budget. All right, so we got a new coach. All right, we have no scouts. Oh my God, not good. I think I like this Dash Jones guy. This is my budget for the position. All right, he signed with us. Awesome. CFO, sure. Why don't we offer this guy? Oh, he signed with us. Cool. I guess we're just gonna have to offer everyone the minimum, right? Because that's the most our budget can take. Oh, that was all I could do for signings? Okay, well, we need more coaching. Let's definitely get a wing whisperer since Michael Porter Jr. is our guy. Okay, no one wants to coach for us, apparently. We'll revisit that. It's time for the NBA draft. Glenn is only 21. He's higher ranked. I'm going to take Glenn Irving with the 15th pick in the draft. Carl Dixon. Okay, this is who our scouts have number 1. We'll take him. So I think we might have made the right pick here. We took one pick ahead of us. A 75 19-year-old would have been nice, but a 74 overall 21-year-old seems like a decent pick. All right, let's bring back Diallo. Let's bring back Jerome. We don't really have a reason not to. Muscala's on a good contract. We'll bring him back as well. Ooh, okay, so some pretty good players decline their player option. We like to see that. I'm not going to extend a qualifying offer to this guy because he's the glitch character and I don't want him in the NBA anymore. Bring in this Jared Vanderbilt, also a restricted free agent. Maybe we can overpay a little bit just to get another young guy under contract. And we sign him. They don't offer match the offer sheet. Awesome. After that first year, obviously a lot of green arrows. We're a very, very young team. Seth Curry, who we signed to a 2-year deal, declined. Rudy Gay declined. Mike Muscala also with the declining. So in year 2, we got Theo Maildon, DeAnthony Melton, Michael Porter Jr., Jared Vanderbilt, Mitchell Robinson, and we got Diallo. Honestly, Diallo, if he can play the 2, why don't we start him? He's more promising of a prospect. So we'll give him the starting nod. Then off the bench, Kuzma, Melton. Ah, God, I don't really got a lot. I guess I should send Glenn Irving to the G League right now. If I can, am I allowed to do that? All right, Glenn, I'm sorry, bro. G League and him, and I'm going to G League Carl Dixon, our 2 rookies. They just need some time to develop. All right, for 2 second-round picks, I can give up Kuzma and Curry to get Darius Baisley. Yeah, I think that's 100% the offer we're going with, so let's roll with it. I'm going to start Baisley at the 4. Diallo, we're going to start at the 2. So now our bench is Melton, Vanderbilt, McDermott, Payne, Rudy Gay, Rubanks. Okay, so it's okay. It's okay. You feel me on that? So we're going against the Pittsburgh Force to start the year. I'm going to hop in, get a feel for the team, the jerseys, all that. So we're going to play this end of the fourth quarter. Wow, it is a blowout. You know, let's try a different game. We absolutely demolished Pittsburgh in that one. Not even close. Hopefully we get a closer game here between us and the Clippers. Not a bad game. Let's just see if we can get a win for the Honolulu Breeze, baby. Ooh, look at our court. It is looking nice. Porter Jr. should be pretty good now. He's the top dog on our team. Oh, that's a dunk. That's a dunk! Okay, but let's see if we can win this game. We don't want to just settle for one dunk. I'm gonna get blown by. Oh, with the block! All right, I'll be honest. I'm playing like just trash. I'm playing terribly. Yeah, I think the Clippers got us in this one. I don't even know if I want to finish this. This is ugly. All right, let's just keep simming ahead, seeing how the season develops. I don't know. Are we gonna make? I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs, but we're gonna go to the trade deadline. Maybe we'll get some trades between now and then. Honestly, I've traded a lot of my mid-level contracts, so there's not a lot of stuff I'm like looking to trade for or trade away at the moment, but it seems like early on in this season, we're actually picking up a fair amount of W's, so there's a chance we're a playoff team. And actually right now, we're like hovering around 4th place in the conference, give or take. You know, we're jumping up a few places, but looks like we are going to be a Western Conference playoff team somehow in our 2nd season. I don't know how that's possible, but this just means once the guys progress more and more and more, we're going to be even better. That's all that means. Okay, at the trade deadline, I'd love for us to get some more scouting in. Looks like all the guys we're scouting are going to be around our pick. So right now we are the 10th seed, which means we'd have a play-in spot against the Lakers. They got LeBron, AD, and Westbrook. I don't think they'll end up being the play-in team, but that's a weird one. I don't know how we're like basically as good as that team. All right, well, you know, that's good for us. If we're as good of a team with LeBron and AD, then there's nothing for me to be complaining about. So we got Diallo, we got Porter Jr., we got Baisley. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can live with another I guess I need better draft picks. Let's see how the Pistons are doing because we own their pick. Pistons are the 5th seed in their conference, so their pick's not going to be very good. So right now we're not in a good spot. We're like a mid-round team. We don't have a really promising rookie. Porter Jr., he looks like he'll top out at a 90, but we're going to need to get him a co-star, and we're going to need to get him a co-star through free agency, but let's see what our contracts are looking like. All right, this is a trade. This just gets me off that 2-year deal, more expiring, so this should open up some cap space for us. And that's a small trade we're going to make. So we're going to simulate to the end of the regular season. You know, hopefully we get lucky in the lottery if we don't make the playoffs. And if we make the play-in, then let's go. I mean, we just beat the Lakers in back-to-back games, so you love to see that. Okay, Giannis with an MVP. We finished 9th in the conference, by the way, which means we are going to be in the play-in. We are the 9th seed going against the Houston Rockets. Here we go. Looks like we're on top. So if we win this game, we officially have our first playoff berth as a franchise. So we do earn a playoff berth. We are going against New Orleans. The New Orleans Pelicans, my nemesis. They've got... I can't read this font. What is this color blocking 2K? Zion 94. They've got just a god squad. So I guess let's see how we do. They take game 1, 2, 3, and we accept our sweep. But hey, we made it to the playoffs. A somewhat successful season. I hope it's not like a nothing burger season because, you know, yeah, we didn't really get good draft picks. All right. Well, let's see where we go from here. All the league meetings have been rejected. Draft lottery. We have the 20th pick and the 21st pick in the draft. Kind of at the point now where I feel like we've got a good enough couple of young guys. We need a star. So let's see if maybe we can move up in the draft for those 2 picks. And no one wants to trade picks from this year with us, which is annoying. But some teams are just blindly offering unprotected picks. Who knows how good they're going to be, though. Lauri Markkanen, I mean, it's just taking on salary. That's the only thing. I don't know if I really want to take on a lot of salary right now. Hayward will let me... That gives me a contract I can trade for big salary. So, and I get a player who can help us if we want to go for the playoffs again. We'll make that trade. And then I guess we'll make this next pick. 5 badges. Let's take Marshall Wilkins. Hopefully he ends up being decent. So we got a lot of guys we got to bring back. Porter, Baisley, Jerome we're not dying to bring back. God, we got to bring back Diallo too. This is going to be tough. All right, Porter Jr., we will sign you to the 5-year, $30 million contract. Ugh. Doesn't feel good. Okay, luckily Darius Baisley doesn't want too much, so we're gonna try to sign him for a 5-year deal. That could be an absolute steal of a contract for us. Diallo's also not looking for a lot of money, so I'm also gonna try to wrap him up on a long-term deal. We still have decent cap space, $13 million. We're gonna grab Deshaun Tate. He's also a restricted free agent. We're gonna throw him a long-term deal. We're really building out our bench right now. Hopefully that doesn't get matched. We sign in for the 4-year deal. Okay, so we've got a lot of guys on some long-term deals. We've got a good center position depth. We've got quite a bit going for us, honestly. Porter's up to an 88. Theo Maledon is up to an 80. I didn't even plan on this guy being our point guard long-term, but it looks like he might be. We've got Robinson. We've got Hayward. Diallo's up. Baisley... He's down. He's at the bottom, so he might not really be the future for the team so much. That might have been a miscalculation. I'm sure we can just trade him if he doesn't end up being the guy. Wilkins here. Great to see. Our rookies from last year, Irving, he's doing okay. So, not bad, not bad. Good progression. Obviously, it's a young team. We'd hope we progress a lot. I think I said I was only going to do 2 seasons, but you know what? I'm hyped. I'm kind of curious to see how we're going to do here. I think we can make some really awesome trades. Okay, well, Porter Jr. agreed to a giant contract with us. For some reason, it just didn't seem to count. So, I don't know. He didn't take the qualifying offer. On the last screen, it said 5-year agreement. So, little finagling, a little finessing from 2K here, but nothing we can't overcome. Maledon, we're going to want to re-sign for sure, and he will re-sign. So, we're just going to snag him for 4 years right now. We'll try to get a little bit of a discount. We're going to be penny pinching on this series. We'll go for 16 million. Awesome. So we've got our point guard of the future. We definitely need another star player. That's for sure. We're going to go till December 15th and see if we can make any sort of trade. Wow, I feel pretty good about the way things are developing here, to be honest. I really like, I feel like we've got some good young talent. We don't have that A1 superstar that we really need to like lead the charge, but you know, we made the playoffs. I feel like we've got a decent, you know, set of young guys. Maybe I'm sugarcoating the situation. I don't know. We are kind of stuck in like mediocrity at the same time, but early on in the season, we're 2nd in the power rank, 6th in the conference. I don't know. Maybe we're doing an okay job. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how we are doing. Actually, we're 3rd in the power rank, 10th in the conference. I don't know how that's possible, but we do have a winning record. We're 15-13. So this is the trade I've been waiting to make all year. Some sort of package of Baisley and Hayward. And we get an offer for Paul George, who's down to an 81 overall. Wow. Okay, but also Keon Johnson, a 21-year-old who's a 77. I like this trade, but giving up Marshall Wilkins, that first-round pick of ours, is a little suspect. So I do want a first-round pick from the Clippers. Oh, they got that Stepien rule thing up their ass. So we're gonna try to get that first-round pick also. They're gonna counter-negotiate with a 2028 first-round swap and Eric Gordon. They'll throw on TJ Leaf. I don't want to give up any first-round picks. They want us to add a top 3 protected, and they'll throw in Harrison Barnes. We're not interested. I'll add on, I could add on a second-round pick. Ooh, okay, well, they'll do it. They'll give us Harrison Barnes, but that adds salary to our team. Okay, you know what? We'll accept that. We get another good young guy. So after that trade, we got Malden, Diallo, Porter Jr., Vanderbilt, Robinson, Paul George, Deshaun Tate, Irving, our rookie, Keon Johnson, who we just traded for. Now Melton doesn't even get minutes, so I would love to see if we can just maybe get some sort of draft compensation for Melton or just something. I don't see anything. We're going to plow ahead. I think we're definitely going to be a playoff team. I'll probably be seeing you guys in the playoffs, and that will cap off our first episode is a playoff run. I think we can get to the second round this year if we can get a top 4 seed, I would hope. Contract extension deadline. Melton will re-sign. Honestly, I'm never really opposed to signing some of these guys on the long-term deals. We could always trade them. It's a decent salary. I know we really wanted to get the big free agent, but we're playing it a little bit safe here. We'll let Campaign be the one who walks. And yeah, I still feel pretty good about the future. I know we still need that killer player, killer draft pick, but I don't know. It seems like we're on an upward trajectory. It seems like we're going to get a top 4 seed as this season comes to a close, and we're actually the #1 team in the conference right now. I don't understand how that's possible, but here we go. I mean, we've got a decent squad. We're very deep. We are very, very deep. So we are the #1 seed. Wow, we got an 82, 80, 89, 79, 83. And then just a really deep bench. I mean, this is a really solid team overall. It's just not a 1 seed type team. I'm looking at Memphis. They have a 95, 89. Seems like that'd be a better team than us. I don't know. But all right, the play-in, we are going against the Sacramento Kings. They got De'Aaron Fox, Halliburton, this dude, Portis. I mean, this team doesn't seem all that great. I honestly think they're about as good as we are on paper because they got a little bit more star power, but we're the #1 seed and they're the 8th seed. So let's see how this goes. We do take game 1 and 2, so I do think we got a safe bet that we're going to be going to the second round here. We go 4-1. Going against the Pelicans, this is a toughie. This team swept us last year. Let's try to build a game plan to stop them this year now that we're the #1 team. Definitely going to need to play some help against these boys. We're going to limit transition, crash the defensive glass, play patient. I think that should be a good game plan. I don't think we're going to necessarily win this series, but I think we can take them to 6. It's 2-1 them, 3-1 them. We took them to 6. We lose in 6, but that's an improvement over last year for sure. The Cavaliers win the championship. Oh my God. Last offseason of the episode, and we begin anew next episode. All right, so via San Antonio Spurs, one of the draft picks we traded for, we have a shot at the 10th pick, which means we have a shot at the first pick, and we end up with the 10th pick. So that's our highest draft pick of the whole series so far, okay? Nice. So maybe we'll have a shot here at a #1 pick. All right, let's bring in a new coach. Let's offer this dude a contract. He's mulling, so he's going to say no. He's mulling, so he's going to say no. He's mulling. He signed! Let's go. Okay. All right, so we signed some guys. The NBA draft is here. We have the 10th pick. So hopefully we can get somebody in the high 70s, a more impact player, maybe even trade the draft pick, which is what it looks like is about to happen right now. We've seen 32 trade offers. Ooh, an 81 overall. See, we're getting to the point where we're having a lot of guys, and at some point we could probably trade a few of them to get one better player. So I didn't see any offers that I loved. This one's not bad. We'll snag him, get a good player right now. I'm with it. With the 10th pick, we could have taken a 75 overall, 77 overall, but chances are we wouldn't have even made the right pick, so it's all good. I think we made the right decision. Oh, Paul George had a player option. I did not realize that. I should have done more research. But we're gonna bring back our guy Irving, our guy Keon, who we got in that Paul George trade. Anthony Davis is now a free agent. It looks like the guys are declining a little bit quicker. I don't know. I like to see that though. So Paul George is gonna have to get traded, obviously. Honestly, Diallo's been a little disappointing too. I'm gonna throw him in this trade, and I might even throw in a younger guy as well. See what kind of value maybe we could get. I don't know. All right. Well, for some reason, the Vancouver Ravens want to give me this for Paul George. We are going to obviously take that. This guy is young. He looks pretty good. Melton and a first rounder. This guy looks like he's going to be an absolute stud. He's 19. He's a 78 overall. I'm okay giving up the unprotected first rounder and Melton for this. Also getting off Paul George's salary is huge for us. We're offering Porter Jr. the same contract we offered him last year. And he signed with Pittsburgh! Oh, so we lose our franchise guy. That is not good. We'll renounce his rights then. All right, the Blazers will give us a first-round pick for these two. We got to take on Norm Powell's big contract. Do I want to trade this guy? I mean, he's decent. I do. He's a 23-year-old. We'll trade him. This Portland pick hopefully materializes into something. All right, well, let's see how the team is looking after the loss of Michael Porter Jr. We have a whole lot of just decent young guys. We're in a weird spot overall, for sure. But this guy could be our future. Sheldon Pearson. This guy has the potential to be our future. Looks like he played one season. How did he do? 14 points. He has B potential, so that's not super promising. We're in a rough spot here. All right, we're gonna make this trade. We're just getting two guys. They have bigger contracts, but they're younger and they're better. Simple as that. All right, coming off of last season, heading into the second episode, we're in a strange spot. We have a lot of good young players, just a lot of good young players. We don't have a superstar stud just yet. It might be this Sheldon Pearson guy. We're going to start him. We do have the first round pick of Portland and ourselves. Portland still has Lillard, Sexton, and Mike White. So they actually should be a pretty decent team. Their first round pick might not mean much. Maybe we'll try to move that before it doesn't materialize into anything. Vancouver will give us 2 first round picks. I don't know why this Portland pick is so valuable. I don't think their team is very good. So we're going to make this trade to get 2 unprotected picks from a team that I think is a little bit more suspect. Yeah, this Ravens team doesn't really have a real future, so having 2 picks from them could be really big for us in the future. So I think that was a huge trade. All right, heading into next episode, we got a good team, but we are gonna try to get a superstar or die trying. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like below. If you guys don't really into it, I don't think I'm gonna continue it, but if you are, we will keep going with it. I do wanna see if we can win a championship. I don't ever build teams long-term like this, and you can see I'm struggling early on here compared to the other rebuilds. So I don't know. I kind of want to take on the challenge, but I do want to. Oh man, we're in a weird spot. We have a lot of decent. I don't know. I think we'll figure it out. I think I'm coming up with a game plan for next episode. So if you want to see it, hit that like button, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.